Hi guys, I just thought I'd come on and show my face and make a little video because I haven't done that in a while and I need to get in the habit of doing that because it's part of where I feel my business is headed. So the more you do it, the better you get, right? Let's hope. Anyways, I wanted to say hello. I have some new followers and new clients, and I'm really happy you're here. And I appreciate it so much. I don't do any advertising for this business. In fact, I literally just created an Instagram account for my business last week. Before that, it was just Facebook, just this, and it's been all word of mouth recommendations. So that is incredible in itself, and I really appreciate that. Now, like I said, I would, actually I didn't say it yet. What I'm going to say is that there are some new things that I have in mind that I'd like to work on in the next little bit, and also I'd like to tell you where I kind of see the direction of this business going over time. So I've been receiving lots of downloads, as I call it, from Spirit, and that is essentially just guidance, kind of like, hey, what do you think about this? This would be a good idea for you. That's what I mean by downloads, kind of just little pockets of information coming through where I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, good idea. So one of those things is writing a book. I have wanted to write a book since I was a child. I always thought it would be fiction because I used to write little novels and stories, and I kind of always wanted to be an author and thought that that's what I would do when I grew up. Then I grew up and I didn't do that. I went to school because I wanted to be a psychologist. And so I did a degree in psychology with the intention of then doing my master's. But life happened. Met my husband and had a baby, and then had another baby, and then moved across the country with my husband's career, and then had another baby. And so I've really put myself and my dreams on the back burner, which is okay because I am really happy with my life and really happy with where my life has gone. And I know that if I did things differently, maybe this wouldn't be happening for me now. So I have learned to roll with things and accept that what's happened and where I am now is where I'm supposed to be. So, about the book, I have had an idea fluttering around in my mind for about a year and a half. The message for me to write a book has come up in readings time and time again, not just in readings for myself, but readings that people have done for me, other mediums. Book comes up every time. When are you going to start writing your book? So I'm happy to say that I am beginning to write my book. I'm only in the note-taking stage, but I have a general idea of what I want to write about and a very loose plan of how to set it up. And so that's really exciting. And I will either, in typical Amy fashion, either hyper focus on it and sit here for 24 hours a day and work on it, or I will start, stop. I feel like that's going to happen because of, my kids and what's going on with them and the fact that I also have clients. So I feel like it's going to take a little bit longer than maybe I would like it to, but the idea is planted and I feel motivated to follow through with it. So that's really good. So stay tuned for that. As we move forward in the next couple months or so, I will probably ask for ideas or, say, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Would you like to learn about this? Would you like to learn about this? And I just realized you can see my crock pot over there. Oh, that's okay. Also, I am trying to get myself comfortable with making videos. Nobody likes to make videos and look at themselves, and whenever we watch other people's videos, all their little quirks about them and their patterns of speech and the awkwardness, it makes them appealing and it makes them real and it makes them adorable, really, quite often, quite honestly. But when we watch ourselves, we're like, oh my god, that was awful. And I am in that spot right now where I feel awkward and weird and fidgety. This is why I can't stop touching this. But this is who I am, and so I am just putting it out there. I've learned to truly accept myself and just put myself out there and see what happens. And so far, it's been good. So I am trying to get more comfortable with making videos, which is partly the reason why I am putting email readings kind of on the back burner for a bit. Probably not forever, but for right now. So the main reason for that is because honestly I don't enjoy them as much as I like the one-on-one messenger readings. I really like messenger readings because the energy is up, because I'm feeding off of spirit, myself, and the person who I'm directly contacting and talking with. There's an interaction so that they can ask questions, or they can ask clarity, or, you know, I'm picking up on their like, oh my God, yes, like, and all their excitement. And that feeds me and makes the reading really, 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 really good. That's not to say that email readings do not make me feel good. They do, but normally not until we connect for the follow-up. So I have been really clear about the fact that I'm somebody that's quite anxious and I'm an overthinker. Spirit has really helped me with that over the last couple of years. I would say that I am like at least 50% anxious than I used to be, which is amazing. But I still overthink. And so even though the email readings have really good feedback and are really strong, while I'm doing them, I am constantly overthinking what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, because I'm not getting any feedback. And I know some people will say, well, why do you need feedback? You're a medium. Like, what you see is what you see and hear, and that's the way it is. Yes, that's true. But it's human nature to, you know, if you're putting yourself out there and making yourself vulnerable and saying, okay, this is what I'm seeing, and you know, this is a big deal. Like, people are paying for this service, and they are really have a lot, you know, invested in it in terms of emotionally. Like, they really want this specific spirit to come through, or they really want guidance about this specific thing. And I want to make that happen, and I can make that happen. But I feel so much more confident when I'm like, okay, I'm seeing this. And then I'll give all the detail about it, and the other person will go, oh my God, yes, I know exactly what that is. Oh my God, keep going, you know, and that really feeds the energy, and it's really spectacular what can happen. During an email reading, I'm getting those things, but I have no feedback. So I'm like, okay, I think this is what this means, Spirit. You're showing me this. Okay, and then I write it out. So Spirit will give me what I call breadcrumbs. They will give me breadcrumbs, and I will have to put them together and form them into a coherent, clear message. Now, a medium is also a regular person who has their own baggage and their own different thought processes and experiences that they're drawing upon. So sometimes they might see something and interpret. Say for instance, you're shown somebody, I don't know, fishing in a boat. That's what I'm seeing right now, so I'm just going to say that. Somebody's floating in a boat fishing. Okay, what else? They might show me snippets of things like the surroundings, or something they're doing with their hands, or the way their hands look, or a specific ring, or the boots they're wearing, or whatever. And I can start to or they may make me feel certain things. They might make me feel, you know, contentment and peace, or they might make me feel anxious, like something happened on this boat. They were anxious about this feeling. I have to then interpret the feelings and the things I'm seeing and hearing, but with through a filter that is mine, based on my experiences. So I find it a little bit, it can be more ambiguous. Now, more often than not, I would say like 95% of the time, a client will come back to me and say, yep, like I understood everything except for this. And then I'll go, okay, well, this is what I saw. And then the person will go, oh, okay, I know what that was. And then basically we will do another reading with the feedback, because they want more about that specific thing that I didn't know during the reading. to ask more about, because I didn't know that it was important or that it was something that would click with the client. So I hope that I'm doing a good job of explaining why the email reading is a little bit harder for me. I'm just really overthinking it the whole time. Also, it's taking a really long time. You know, like, so I am interpreting the messages. That's taking an hour, probably, 45 minutes, an hour. And then I'm taking all those thoughts and I'm having to spin them into a story of such. It's not a story because it's real, but I have to form them into these thoughts into sentences that are clear and make sense to you, and that takes a lot of it's a lot of work, and then I have to edit it all and reread it and make sure that everything is done properly. And so we're looking at anywhere from like 2, and that's really like quick, to 4 hours, and it's a lot. And so what was happening is, because I was feeling the imbalance of energy, that is because in this society, how we exchange energy, in terms of mediumship at least, is normally done through financially. So I commit to doing a reading for you for an hour, and I am paid for that. When I am paid for an hour, but I'm doing 4 hours of work, the balance is way off. And so what happens is I just start to get really drained, and then I do more and more and more and more and more, and so I'm in the red, like, so many hours. And that's okay, because I'm building a business, and I want to make the client happy, and I want to prove myself in a sense, and so I didn't mind doing that for a really long time, but I'm just starting to get pulled away from it, that my time could be better spent still giving you the same message, still making you feel the same way, still giving you the same type of service, but in a more effective way. So what I have been drawn to is making a video. So this is why I'm doing this video today, to kind of get practice with it. So what I will do is, as always with the reading, I pull cards. I interpret the cards based on what the deck, what the actual card means in generally, and then I also interpret very personally. This is where evidence starts to come through, and I use cards as a way to really kind of get the reading moving. It's just like the first step, and then we start to get into it where spirit comes forward or starts to provide evidence or feelings or shows me things. So I can still do all that without having to type it all out. I can do that by filming it live as it's happening, and then uploading it, and then sending the link to you. So that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be a lot more time effective, and I'll be able to really pack a punch in that hour, and I just feel like that's the way that it's supposed to be, and so that's what's going to happen. I'm hoping that it's well received. I know email readings are really popular, and the reason being is because it allows the client to not have to be available. I know everybody's busy. We have families and work and other commitments, and it's really hard to sit and focus and spend an hour or more with somebody this way. Believe me, I know. It's really hard. So I feel like this is still going to give you the same thing, just in a different format, and it's going to make my life much easier. So that's why I've decided to do that. I hope that that's okay with you. I'm totally open to feedback. I got some feedback last night, and it was really positive, and people were really excited and happy about that change, because also there are quite a few of you that are really interested in spirituality yourselves, and kind of seeing somebody else connect with spirit and how that goes and what they look like, and how the messages come. That's interesting to people. It's interesting to me. I used to like watching mediums do that as well. So at the risk of, I'm putting myself out there. I might look completely ridiculous, but that's what the people want. So that's what the people are gonna get. And yeah, also I'm gonna start creating some videos. I've created a YouTube channel. I'm going to upload them on YouTube. I'm going to upload this one on YouTube, so this will be the first one. And they're going to be, I'm going to make them shorter. I know this one is getting into 15 minutes here. I'm probably going to stick around the 10 to 15 minute window, sometimes maybe 20, depending on how long-winded I become or how much I have to say about a specific topic. But I'm going to kind of try to make weekly or bi-weekly videos about specific things, so we could talk about how messages come to me. What does that look like? How do I feel? What kind of things am I seeing? Like, how does this all work? That's something that was brought up to me last night. Somebody was really interested in. I will do that. Anything else that you are interested in knowing about, I'm going to offer in a video type series. So if you have any feedback about that, please let me know. I would love to hear from you. My kitty is coming to visit us, so she might be on the screen in a minute. Otherwise, I think that's all I have to say. Yeah, here she is. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, I appreciate all of you. You have been here since the very beginning, and I couldn't love you more. So thank you for being here with me, and talk to you later. Bye.